back to Ferocious Education. This is Zen. Today I'm going to be talking about NIO once again. This is an update to my long-term series on the stock. Now, I'm going to go through technical analysis news and what I think about this company as a whole, even though it's very apparent that I'm very bullish on the long-term scale on the stock, all the way back from I think where it was $8 or $10, even down to $4, where I thought this one would really rip apart. Now, make sure to drop a like to this video to help the channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on, and let's jump right into it. On a 1 week perspective, a really beautiful MACD positive reversal from where it was attempting towards the -1. ADX still really high. I mean, again, I gotta iterate that I've almost never seen an ADX this high. That's not a really good sign. That shows in that it's at a really high stage that if a reversal hits, we might be in trouble. William %R puts this one overbought. Momentum really looks beautiful. Volume looks amazing. Unbalanced volume looks quite alright. Moving averages are extremely bullish, and the trading action zone is massive underneath. That means if it does dip, it's easily going to see as a reversal in the trading action zone. Now, a 1 day perspective, what we get to see an MACD that was going negative has gone positive. Volume is almost identical from yesterday to today, so that's a good sign. Usually if we see a dip in volume, that's a warning. William %R is still overbought. Momentum is really strong, although dipping a little bit down. And ADX shows in a very strong trend. Moving average is extremely bullish. Now let's take a look into a 1 hour perspective. On the 1 hour perspective, we get to see, and this is just merely for the next few hours, a little bit of a gentle pullback going on towards the morning. ADX shows in a reversal in that trend as well, going on from 59 all the way to 42. So it shows in a little bit of a pullback, but that pullback means it's actually just still above, we're still bullish, right? It's above the 10 SMA and it's holding above there really nicely, still very bullish on the moving averages, just that the ADX and the William %R is giving warning signs here. Moving averages band. What we get to see here is that the top is 2311, middle is 2001, and the bottom is 1881. Now it did jump from 22 all the way to 30, and I'll explain why in a minute. But let's jump into the stochastic, and what we get to see here is that it's actually trending upwards on the stochastic, fast and slow, although it looks like it might be curving a little bit down on the slow, so that might be slowing down a little. What we want to be careful of is it looks like once it hits 100 or so, or let's say 99, it does dip. So it's really close to there at 76, so we might have a day or two left green before a healthy pullback. But don't get me wrong, this one here, when I'm saying a pullback, I'm not talking all the way down to $10, for instance. I'm talking about a really beautiful uptrend that we're seeing within this channel. Now, it did break this channel. Now, yesterday, I gotta admit, I thought it was probably going to stay at the 2656. It was actually going on towards a downtrend. But this JP Morgan upgrade really made this one bounce really nicely into the top channel. Now, apparently it broke the channel. That is an amazing sign. Now, I want a second day confirmation above this channel to say, okay, the channel needs to be adjusted. But for the time being, I'm keeping this one here. And the top of the channel is at 2666. Once you see it start going towards there, that might be a cue to sell, because if it does, it probably will play something very similar to this or this around here. Now, the expectation is that the middle of the channel is 2274, top is 2666, and the bottom is 1890. I don't expect for it to drop in the bottom. I still expect for it to stay in the top, and in fact, with the price target that JP Morgan put of $40, I do expect it to at least break the $30 sometime in the next couple of weeks. Now, taking a quick look into news, nothing significant from my last video, so make sure you watch it. I did go through the EV industry in China and the forecasts coming in and the numbers coming in for October and how I see them coming, and it still looks very bullish from my perspective. And we did see an increase per month at the end of months of the year. Usually you see an increase in the EV industry. I did go in detail in the last video. Institutional buyers are really bullish on this one. We get to see easily in the last say 24 hours, we added something like 60,000 shares. Really bullish on that perspective. JP Morgan raised their target up to $40 from $14. And you get to see, well, yeah, they met the previous price target. Some people will definitely want to hold somewhere around 40, but if you look into target price only Citi upgraded NIO stock from neutral to buy, and the target is 33.20. And I did put my price target, I would say, somewhere above 30. I do see it happen. If we see a pullback, it's still a really nice uptrend. One of the stocks that I'm extremely bullish out from all the way back towards, I believe, June or July. So that is one of the amazing stocks that I think has an uptrend. But the question is, are they valued at the current price? Do I see them having this massive market share with numbers they have? Regardless if it is or not, because I mean, when you look into paper, we might not see the valuation for the market cap to be at $30 per share. But you gotta remember, all these companies that are very, very desperate to find the next Tesla. They find hedge funds, investors, traders jumping on this one, being extremely bullish for that reason. So I'm not per se betting on this one to be the next Tesla or beating Tesla. I'm expecting for it to at least be on the road to catch up. So people that missed Tesla would want to jump on this massively. And you find hedge funds even doing that. General Motors have been under blast for Nikola, for instance, for perhaps being a little bit too fast to close that deal, just because they're very desperate to catch up with the EV, and that's the industry you're working with. So for this one, I still remain very bullish in the long term, but I do expect for it to perhaps, if it does, I will expect for this one to break $30, but I do expect for it to correct itself into the channel, but on a very uptrend. So oscillate in the upper half, hopefully, but in the longer term, you'll definitely still see 30s and 35s coming in. What do you think about this sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments. Subscribe and like. Have a wonderful day.